Hello guys, I'm gonna try to fix my camera so you can see me a little better. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to be doing these really great little Martin Luther King drawings because they're fun. And it was Martin Luther King Day yesterday, and it's a day I like to celebrate. So this drawing was done by my daughter. She is 8, and she did this phenomenal drawing. It says, "I Have a Dream" by Dr. Martin Luther King. And what she did is she followed along with the tutorial. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do the same exact tutorial. So I'm going to set this aside, and I will get out my sketchbook, and I will do the tutorial, and hopefully you'll have an idea of what it looks like when I do it versus what it looks like when an 8-year-old does it. And I'm really hoping that your drawings are better than Leah's, and probably not better than mine. Actually, that would make me really sad if yours were better than mine, but I'm hoping you have something that you're really proud of. So first thing you're always going to do inside your sketchbook is you're always going to put the date in the corner of the page. And today is January 19th. I'm using a Sharpie marker. You don't have to. You can use a pencil if you want to. You can use whatever you like. I'm not sure why this camera's not focusing. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay, so I have this up. I have my date on my paper. So I'm going to put the tutorial on and just kind of follow along with it. So you're probably going to hear it, and that's all right. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna see if I can maybe make the screen a little smaller so that way I can actually look. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I will turn the volume up on my video, and you're probably gonna hear me talking and my computer playing, and that's all right. Here we go.
Join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream.
All right.
Hello, my creatively intelligent artists. Welcome back to Art Class, everyone. Today, we are going to be honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by doing a self-portrait of him. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a minister and a civil rights activist.
And actually, I'm going to pause it for a second because we're not actually making a self-portrait, because a self-portrait is when you draw a picture of yourself. And we're not drawing pictures of ourselves. We're drawing a picture of Martin Luther King. So the first thing it says to do is to draw this line, and then I'm going to turn the volume back on so you can hear it.
The shape for the bottom of his head.
And so then we're going to make a big U for the bottom of his head.
All right, guys, let's add his lips. Now we're starting with the center of his lip.
All right, and I'm just going to talk a little bit right now because this is a little weird because I'm using a Sharpie marker when I'm doing my tutorial. I typically do that just because I think it looks better. You can use whatever you want. You don't have to use a Sharpie marker. I just like to do it because I think it's fun. All right, so then when we make the nose, we're gonna make 3 little marks. And then his eyes, got a rainbow line and an upside down rainbow line. And then inside we have his eye. So then we got a rainbow line and an upside down rainbow line, and we've got his eye. All right. Turn the volume back on so we can hear it.
From Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a chin, and we're using a rainbow line for his chin. And we're going to give Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. a nice little mustache right above his mouth. And I'm using vertical lines to create my mustache. Don't forget to add your eyebrows. So let's give Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. some eyebrows. And you can also use the vertical lines to get your eyebrows. Now it's time for us to add his hair. And we are going to do a big rainbow line for his hair. Let's add two ears, and we are using two C shape for the ears.
Okay.
Now, what is missing from Dr. Martin Luther King? His jacket, his shirt, and his tie. So let's create his jacket, shirt, and tie together, guys. And we are going to be using a combination of vertical lines, horizontal lines, and diagonal Alright guys, you are going to need your ruler or something with a straight edge. And we are going to be drawing the American flag. Now it's time for us to add the stars to our flag. And we are going to start with a triangle at the top, a triangle to the side, another triangle at the bottom, a triangle to the side, and another triangle. So in total, for each star, we will have 5 triangles. For the stars at the top of our paper, we will only have 2 triangles because we are given the impression that if there was a longer paper, it would have continued.
right, and I'm just going to mute that for a second because I want to show you. So this is my drawing so far. There are some things about my drawing that I'm not a huge fan of, but overall it looks pretty good. You'll notice my stars, they look pretty much like stars, but on my daughter's, she couldn't draw her stars very well, but they still look really fun and really interesting, and you get the idea, so it's okay. All right, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the I have a dream up here. So I have a dream, and I'm hoping you guys all know that that was the name of his speech, and those are some very important words from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. that always pop up and that mean quite a lot to a lot of people. Yesterday, my kids and I had a little learning session about Dr. Martin Luther King, and he's just such an interesting guy. One of my favorite things that he said is he said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only love can do that. That's one of my favorite quotes from him. But if you don't know any Martin Luther King quotes, I encourage you to look some up, do a little bit of research on Dr. Martin Luther King because he really was an incredible man. Okay, so and then the next thing I would do is add color in my guy. You can color it however you like. My daughter colored hers in with crayon, and I think that's what they use on the video on the tutorial that I'm sharing. But you can use anything that you like. So anything that you have handy, you can color it in, paint it, do whatever you want. And then we're just going to keep this inside of our sketchbook so that we have a reminder that our very first day of art class was the day after Martin Luther King. So that is your first sketchbook assignment. I'm going to flip this around. Okay, so a couple things about sketchbook assignments. You'll notice I already said the most important thing is make sure you have the date up in the corner. You're always going to do that. And then another thing is composition. So you'll notice I use the entire page of my sketchbook. So whether you have a big sketchbook like this or a small sketchbook like this, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you're using the whole entire page. So I'll see if I have any pictures in this sketchbook that I can show you where I used good composition. So this one, I used good composition because I used the entire page to create my drawing. This one, I used good composition because I used the whole entire page to complete my drawing. All right, so that's our very first sketchbook assignment. I hope you have fun with it, and I hope you're able to learn something new about Martin Luther King this week, and it inspires you to be a little bit of a better person. So that's that.